Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're listening around the world. A very warm welcome from London in the UK. Here is your latest news in electric cars and sustainable transport. My name is Martin Lee, and this is your EV News Daily for Tuesday, the 13th of February, 2018. Well, with a few hours to go until Valentine's Day, it's the same day every year, guys. There's no reason to forget. You've still got time to pick up some flowers and sort a present. Time is just about on your side. If you're an auto manufacturer planning electric vehicles, though, you need to work on 5 and 10-year time frames. And our top story today is BMW trying to secure a 10-year supply of cobalt and lithium for their EV batteries. Now, BMW's head of supply chain, Markus Duismann, told a German magazine last week this: the aim is to secure the supply all the way down to the level of the mine for 10 years. The contracts are ready to be signed. Now, this follows up some news we heard recently about Volkswagen investing in supplies for their EV batteries, and also the news we told you about on the podcast recently with Mercedes-Benz announcing large-scale battery production on several continents. Now it's BMW's turn as well. Now, of course, until now, they've only really had to source batteries for their BMW i3, their all-electric and their range-extended electric car. BMW say they plan to include 12 all-electric cars in their range by 2025. Now, for the last few years at motor shows, it's been nice seeing concepts and promises being made about major manufacturers making their move into electrification. But so many of them are now putting their money where their mouth has been, and it's a good sign because they're spending some mega money on not only battery cell production right down to the cell production level, but also assembly plants where those batteries are going to be made and assembled. None of these things are cheap for the world's biggest automakers, and when contracts start to get signed, you know they're serious, and we're not far away now from having a huge flood of new electric cars onto the market. We're talking about batteries down to cell level. Tom Gerhard, the CEO of Panasonic in North America, says his company are prepared to add a lot more battery production capacity worldwide as EV demand increases. But where will it be? And will we stick with the current technology of lithium-ion batteries? Well, of course, Panasonic are Tesla's partner in the Nevada Gigafactory, the $5 billion investment that's been made to make the cells for Tesla's cars for years to come. Now, Tesla's Gigafactory is actually 260 miles away from their assembly plant in Fremont in California. No doubt they'll be using some battery-powered semi-trucks to be moving their bits around in the next few years, but not for now. That's still quite a distance. Where will Panasonic need to be adding their factories? Tom Gerhard says they'll add battery factories where it's needed and expand their facilities in Japan as well. So we can see from the manufacturers and from the battery suppliers' point of view, more big investments are being made. Well, some news today from carsuk.net, and the Porsche Mission E, which is due to arrive in 2019, could well have its production numbers increased as interest in electric vehicles, and more specifically electric Porsches, grows. Now, the initial planned production run was 20,000 cars a year. Now, we last heard in December that Porsche were planning a possible increase to 30,000 cars per year, so presumably more interest means they could be making even more than that, and a rumoured electric version of the Macan too. Well, we're talking about large investments in Germany, North America and Japan. And as always with China, anything you can do, we can do better. China's Changan Auto looks like it's going to be investing $15.1 billion between now and 2025 as they confirm they'll stop selling any gas-powered cars by 2025. That, I think, makes it one of the first Chinese companies to commit to a total phase-out of gas-powered cars. Well, recently, the biggest selling EV in France and Europe has been the Renault Zoe and the brand new ZE40, with the 40 kilowatt-hour battery. Get an amazing range from that because the Zoe is such a tiny little city car when you look at it, but has a fantastic range if you are using it on long distance. And some rumours have been swirling over the last couple of weeks, which I've kind of ignored because nothing was confirmed. But now that Inside EVs have picked up on this and added their own commentary to the story, we will report it that Renault could be presenting a new, rather than ZE40, an R110, and that figure would recognise the 110 horsepower electric motor. That's the 82 kilowatt motor, which they could put into a revised Renault Zoe. That's 20% more power, along with an upgraded CCS Combo fast charging ability and 3-phase AC charging at 22 kilowatts remaining available. But surely they can't be thinking about increasing the battery size again. They would stick with 41 kilowatt hours, which does seem plenty enough for a car that size. Well, the BMW X7 is reportedly heading to the LA Auto Show for its world premiere later this year. The Auto Show is going to be in November, and according to Autocar, the flagship SUV, which sits alongside BMW 7 Series, could be previewed sometime later this year. We've seen a concept last year, in 2017. The new BMW X7 has been developed for the American and Chinese markets as well, and it's going to be going up against some very expensive models from the likes of Range Rover and Mercedes-Benz as well. The prototypes of the new BMW are already testing on public roads, and they're going to be made in the South Carolina plant that BMW uses. To begin with, we imagine it'll be an internal combustion engine with a plug-in hybrids option, which suits their production run and also reduces the emissions, but a full EV could be on the cards. And talking about full electric vehicles, the Jaguar I-PACE is almost ready to be revealed in its finally finished form at the Geneva Motor Show. And now from the Speak EV forums, user Super Mega Monkey posted some pictures last night of a Jaguar I-PACE sitting on a rapid charger at IKEA for about 1.5 hours. This user says they saw it. It pulled 5 kilowatt hours in 40 minutes, according to the display that they took a picture of. Still in camouflage though, still in the camouflage you've seen all the pictures of the Jaguar I-PACE. No photos of the interior. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still massively covered up though. That's going to be a big unveiling for that. There was one photo of the interior that this forum user managed to get, but with the sunlight pretty much bouncing off the glass, there's not really much you can see inside. Well, thank you so much for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'd love to spread the word about electric cars. If you can, share this with one person who might be interested. A reminder, listen to all of our previous podcasts on iTunes, and whilst you're there, we would love you to subscribe for free and to rate and review as well. Just takes 2 minutes and helps out with the ratings. Now, if you have an Amazon Echo, you can be one of the first to download our brand new Alexa skill. Either search the Amazon app or the Alexa app for EV News Daily, and you'll see that there with all the other flash briefings from your favourite news providers. You can add it as a flash briefing, and every day you can hear the very latest EV news out of your Alexa device. So come and say hi on Twitter. We're at EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.